We should keep our mind focused on that. So the Salaf, they had a particular way they practiced the religion. So they had a manhaj, or a way, or a methodology by which they approach the religion of Islam. And that way, that methodology, is the best of all methodologies to follow and to apply the religion of Islam. Tayyib. Allah mentioned in the Quran in Surah number 3, verse number 10, talking about the ummah, or the nation of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allah said, كُنْتُمْ خَيْرُ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ تَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْحَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ. So in Surah number 3, verse 110, that verse is mentioned. Allah mentioned, كُنْتُمْ خَيْرُ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ. You are the best nation brought forth from all of mankind. That's the nation of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So our nation is the best nation of all the previous nations. And this is logical. Why? Because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is Sayyidul Anbiya'i wal Mursaleen. He is the master and the leader of all the prophets and messengers. Right? So since he is the leader, and he indicated that in the hadith, he said, Adam وَمَنْ سِوَاهُ مِنَ الْأَنْبِيَاءِ تَحْتَ لِوَاءِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. He said, Adam and all the other prophets would be under my banner on the day of judgment. So that means all of the prophets are under his banner, and we as his ummah are under his banner. So therefore, the nation of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the best nation in following the best of the prophets and messengers alayhimus salatu wassalam. So he said, خَيْرُ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ. We're the best nation brought forth for mankind. تَأْمِرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ. You enjoin what is right and you forbid what is wrong. وَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ. And you believe in Allah. So these are descriptions of the nation of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So when we say تَأْمِرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, they enjoin what is right, that's going to entail, as the great Imam al-Tabari mentioned in his tafsir, everything that the sacred law of Islam conveys, that is considered ma'ruf. So everything that Allah revealed and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam conveyed, that is good. You should keep this in your mind. Because we talk about two terms, right? Enjoining the good, right? And the good here, al-ma'ruf, is everything that Islam calls for. And everything Islam calls for is that which Allah revealed and that which the Prophet ﷺ conveyed. And forbidding the evil, al-munkar, is everything which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbade and everything which the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam forbade. And how are we going to know that? By what was conveyed to us from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from Jibreel, from Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. So the Salaf, we mentioned, they are among the nation of Prophet Muhammad, and they are the best of his nation. So we have all of the nations of the previous prophets, from Adam to Sayyidina Isa alayhi salatu wassalam. These nations are under the nation of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in status. The Prophet Muhammad's nation is the best. And the best of the Prophet Muhammad's nation sallallahu alaihi wasallam is as-Salaf, the early Muslims, right? So then you're going to have two, so to divide. So if we look at the nation of Muhammad, we have all this, right? If we look at the nation of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, nation meaning ummah, right? We're going to have two periods, right, of this nation. You're going to have a Salaf and a Khalaf. Salaf and Al-Khalaf. The Salaf is the early generation, Al-Khalaf is the latter generation. So the Salaf, you can say, we mentioned in one aspect, we're going to say it in two ways. So the first way is this one, the first three succeeding generations after the Prophet. So you're going to have As-Sahaba, At-Tabi'in, Atba' At-Tabi'in, the followers of the Tabi'in. In another way, you're going to say the first 300 years. Those who lived within the first 300 years after the Prophet ﷺ. So by this definition of a Salaf, it's going to be a little bit more narrow as far as time span, because you're talking about As-Sahaba, At-Tabi'in, and Atba' At-Tabi'in. So if you count by this, you're going to end up somewhere in the beginning of the 3rd century, maybe 200 years after the Prophet, to stick within this definition, right? For Atba' At-Tabi'in. Up to around the time of Imam Malik. That's where you're going to be at. So Imam Malik, you're talking about around the end, towards the end of the 2nd century Hijrah. But if you take this definition, it's going to extend a little longer, right? For a Salaf. This second definition is more widely accepted as to encompass all of the Salaf, and this is in its strictest definition, right? So in any case, we're not going to go about the 300 years. Al-Khalaf is those who came after those 300 years among the scholars. So anyone who came after the time of the year 300, so 301, when they were born and after, when they lived their life, then this is from Al-Khalaf. So that's the latter generations.